The Texas Department of Public Safety made an initial traffic stop at about 3:15 on I-20 yesterday afternoon, and their trooper was shot during that traffic stop. Our subject then proceeded into the city of Odessa, and over a period of time created several more victims. Initially, it was thought that there may have been multiple shooters, and that is because at some point this subject changed vehicles. We are now confident that there was just the one actor. This is an ongoing investigation. It is active. There are still multiple crime scenes that are being worked. There are no definitive answers as to motive or reasons at this point. But we are fairly certain that this subject did act alone. You'll notice that I'm not naming this subject, and there's a reason for that. I refuse to. I'm not going to give him any notoriety for what he did. We'll provide that information to you, but not in this public stage. As we stand, 22 people are injured, 3 of them law enforcement. Very, very sadly, 7 people have been killed. 7 of our citizens. Those 7 victims have ranged in ages from 15 years to 57. Very sincerely, I say to those families, I offer my apologies and my condolences. My heart aches for all of them. I ask the city of Odessa, the state of Texas, and the nation to please lift up your hearts and send us your prayers. I thank everyone who has already done that. There has been a tremendous outpouring. Just to the local audience, please, with your show of support, going to the crime scenes and you're dropping off food and water, and that is much appreciated, but it is also hindering the investigation. So please, if we could stop that and just bring that stuff to a central location here at UTPD would be great.
At the onset of this call, we had troopers, as you know, who not only stopped the suspect, we had many in the arena helping Odessa PD, and we brought in all the resources we have available, not only in law enforcement, but also on a non-commissioned side. Victims counselors are working behind the scenes with the Odessa Police Department and the Federal Bureau of Investigation as well, ensuring that those families that are suffering the losses are definitely educated and compensated as the law allows. And thanks to the Governor and the Office of Attorney General, we'll make sure that all monies are made available to the families and to help them in the road recovery. Thank you.
We are here today, and we'll be here every day until this community is pieced back together. But we know that words alone are inadequate. Words must be met with action. I want to thank the police chief for his tireless efforts over the past 24 hours in the robust and heroic response that he and his fellow law enforcement agencies and officers utilized to bring the gunman down and to quickly de-escalate the challenge and to literally save lives that could have been lost had it not been for the action of the collaborative effort by law enforcement. Along those lines, we cannot thank enough all of the first responders from all of the law enforcement agencies involved in this process to ensure that they were going to be able to do what was necessary to restore safety in this community. As Governor, I particularly want to thank the Texas Department of Public Safety for what they did. We talk about this all the time, and that is, there is no such thing as a routine stop. The way all this began yesterday was with what would be categorized as a routine stop by the Texas Department of Public Safety, only for that stop to immediately escalate into gunfire by this killer, with a DPS officer being injured in the process. So I appreciate the way that the Texas Department of Public Safety steps up every single day, always prepared, knowing that their lives are on the line any stop they make, ensuring safety in our communities across the state. I also want to express my gratitude to the incredible healthcare providers in this region. They had to deal with probably what was their most challenging day ever, and they stepped up with collective calm and poise to make sure that they were able to heal the wounded as quickly as possible. I want to express my deepest sorrow for the families who have lost a loved one, and for all the victims who have been wounded. The hurt you feel is incalculable. But you must hold on to the hope that you can also have. And we're seeing this already with the family of one of the victims. Some of you know that one of the victims is a 17-month-old child. And moments before coming in here, I received a text from the mother of the 17-month-old. I want to read you the text of what this mother wrote. She said, quote, "Thank you all for praying. This is all of our worst nightmare. But thank God she's alive and relatively well." She goes on to say that toddlers are funny because they can get shot but still want to run around and play. She says that we are thanking God for that. Her mouth is pretty bad, but will heal and can be fixed. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like her jaw was hit, just lip, teeth, and tongue. She is having surgery tomorrow to remove the shrapnel from her chest and to fix her lip and mouth and to get a better look at her tongue. We are thanking God for healing her and appreciate continued prayers. Well, I want her family to know that they can be assured of those prayers today, tomorrow, and every day as that young child continues her pathway to healing. Let me say this. I have been to too many of these events. As governor, the first one I went to was after the shooting in downtown Dallas that killed police officers as well as others. Then there was Sutherland Springs, where 26 people were killed. Then there was Santa Fe High School, where 10 people were killed. And then less than a month ago, there was a shooting in El Paso. Well, I'm heartbroken by the crying of the people of the state of Texas. I'm tired of the dying of the people of the state of Texas. Too many Texans are mourning. Too many Texans have lost their lives. The status quo in Texas is unacceptable, and action is needed.
In the midst of a man driving down the highway shooting at people, local law enforcement and state troopers pursued him and stopped him from possibly going into a crowded movie theater and having another event of mass violence. I think that's the story of law enforcement that should be conveyed, of how heroic the chief's men and women are. So I want to commend them on that.